वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आज हम आपके लिए एक नया वीडियो लेके आए हैं। तो वीडियो को शुरू करने से पहले अगर आपने हमारा चैनल अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो चैनल को ज़रूर से ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन दबाना बिल्कुल मत भूलें, ताकि हम फ्यूचर में कोई भी वीडियो बनाएं उसका नोटिफिकेशन सबसे पहले आपको मिल जाए। वीडियो को अंत तक ज़रूर देखिएगा। अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो अच्छा लगता है तो एक लाइक और कमेंट ज़रूर करिएगा। तो चलिए वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं। वीडियो के अंदर आज जो टॉपिक्स कवर्ड है वो इस तरह से है: व्हाट इज़ मनी, व्हाट इज़ बार्टर सिस्टम, what are the limitations of barter system, what is the definition of money, what are its function, that is primary and secondary functions, and the last one is how money overcome the drawbacks of barter system. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। what is money? Money is the most important discovery of modern time. It is very difficult to imagine the modern economic life without money. It is the basic necessities of all the economies. What is barter system? Barter system refer to the exchange of goods for goods. An economy where there is a direct barter of goods and service is called barter economy, or it can be said that it is called CC economy, where C stand for commodity. Barter system can work when there exists a double coincidence of want. So, what is double coincidence of want? Double coincidence of wants refer to the simultaneously fulfillments of mutual wants of buyer and the seller. So now let's talk about the limitations of barter exchange. The major limitations of barter exchange are: first one is lack of double coincidence of wants. This means that barter system can work only when both buyer and seller are ready to exchange each other's good. For example, A can exchange goods with B only when A has what B wants and B has what A wants. However, such double coincidence is very rare. It is found very rare. Second one is lack of common measure of value. In the barter system, all commodities are not of equal value and there is no common measure of value of goods or service in which exchange ratio can be expressed. Let me tell you one example. If A has wheat and B has rice, then it is difficult to decide how much wheat is needed to exchange with 1 kilogram of rice. So there is a lack of common measure of value. So in the absence of common measure, the exchange ratio is fixed randomly, in which one of the party generally suffers. Third one is lack of standard of deferred payment. Under barter system, contract involving future payment or credit transaction cannot take place with the ease because of the following reasons. First one is the borrower may not be able to arrange goods of exactly same quality at the time of repayment. Second one is there may be conflict regarding which specific commodities to be used for repayment. And the third one is the commodity to be repaid may lose or gain its value at the time of repayment. So it is very difficult to make deferred payment in the form of goods. And the last one is lack of store of value. Under the barter system, it is very difficult for people to store the wealth for future use, because most of the goods like wheat, rice, vegetables, etc. do not possess durability. That is, their quality deteriorates with passage of times. And the storage of goods require time and effort. As a result, good cannot be used to store the earning for a long period. With the so many difficulties, barter exchange could not continue for a long time. As a result, it was replaced by monetary exchange. Monetary exchange means that is buying and selling of goods with the help of money. So now let me tell you what is money. Money is anything which is generally accepted as a medium of exchange, measure of value, store of value, and a means for standard of deferred payment. The term money is used to cover all such things like coin, currency notes, checks, etc., which are used to conduct business transaction and settlement of business claim. It must be noted that money can be any commodity chosen by common consent of as an instrument of exchange of goods and services. So now let's talk about the function of money. The function of money can be broadly categorized under two heads. First one is primary function, that is the main or basic function. The second one is secondary function, that is subsidiary or derivative function. So what is primary function? Primary function includes the most important function of money, which it must perform in every countries. These are, first one is medium of exchange. Money as a medium of exchange means that it can be used to make the payment for all the transaction of goods and service. It is the most essential function of money. Money has the quality of general acceptability, so all the exchange take place in term of money. This function has removed the major difficulty of lack of double coincidence of bonds under the barter system and the inconvenience associated with the barter system. This function also help in use of money allows purchase and sales to be conducted independently of one another. This function of money facilitate trade and help in conducting transaction in an economy. Money has no power to satisfy human wants, but it commands power to purchase those things which have utility to satisfy human wants. Next one is measure of value. Money as a measure of value means that money work as a common denomination in which the values of all the goods and services are expressed. By reducing the value of all the goods and services to a single unit, that is price, it becomes very easy to find out the exchange ratio between them and comparing their price. This function facilitates the maintenance of business account which will be otherwise impossible. Money help in calculating relative price of goods and service. Due to this reason, it is regarded as a unit of account. So now let's talk about the secondary function of money. Secondary function refer to those function of money which are supplementary to the primary functions. As these functions are derived from the primary function and therefore they are also known as derivative function. The major secondary function are as follows. First one is the standard of deferred payment. Money as a standard of deferred payment means that money act as a standard of deferred payment which are to be made in future. Deferred payment are those payments that are made in future. Every day millions of transactions take place in which payments are not made immediately or on the spots. Money encourages such transaction and helps in capital formation and economic development of the economy. This function of money is significant because money as a standard of deferred payment has simplified the borrowing and lending operations, and it has also led to the creation of financial institutions. Second function is a store of value, that is asset function of money. Money as a store of value means that money can be used to transfer purchasing power from present to future. Money is a way to store wealth, although wealth can be stored in other form also, but money is the most economical and convenient way. It provides the security to individual to meet contingency, unpredictable emergency, and to pay the future debt. Under barter system, it was difficult to use good as a store of wealth due to perishable nature of some goods and high cost of storage. Money as a store of value has the following advantage. First one is money is available in fractional denomination ranging from 1 to 1000. Second one is money is easily portable, so it is easy and economical to store money as its storage does not require much space. Third one is money has the merit of general acceptability, so it can be easily exchanged for goods at all the times. And the last one is saving in terms of money are much more secure than in terms of goods. So now let's talk about how the money has overcome the drawbacks of barter exchange system. Barter system makes the exchange process very difficult and highly inefficient. Money has overcome the drawback of barter system in the following manner. First one is it acts as a medium of exchange. As a medium of exchange, money has removed the major difficulty of lack of double coincidence of wants in a barter system. It separates the act of sales and purchase of goods and service and help both the parties in obtaining maximum satisfaction. A buyer can buy goods through money and a seller can sell goods for money. Second one is measure of value. Under barter system, different goods were of different values and there was no common denomination to express their exchange ratios. But money in the measuring rod which expresses the value of other commodities. It become easier to compare the relative value of any two commodities. Third one is store of value. Under barter system, it is very difficult to store goods for future use. Most of the goods are perishable and their storage requires huge space and transportation cost. But money can be easily stored for future use. It is the most convenient and economical means of storing, earning, and wealth. It has the merit of general acceptability and its value remains stable as compared to other goods. Last one is standard of deferred payment. Barter system lacks suitable standard of deferred payment which create difficulty in credit transactions. Borrower may not be able to arrange goods of exactly the same quality at the time of repayment. On the other hand, due to general acceptability of money, future payment are expressed in terms of money. Money has simplified the borrowing and lending operation and encouraged the capital formation. Money is demanded for three motives, that is transaction motive, precautionary motive and speculative motive. So that's all what I have tell you about the money, their function and how barter system has overcome by the money. So if you have any query in any slides, then please comment me in the comment box, and if you like my video, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.